although Zhao Ju killed the murderer of her father, but he thinks the mysterious organization is the culprit. But to eradicate the mysterious organization, you can't do it alone. So Zhao Ju decided to try a different approach. He became a policeman. He wants to eradicate the criminal organization openly. Just like this time, his son Juzi is also growing up slowly. Zhao Ju caught a lot of bad guys and comes at a cost. Zhao Ju's busy work leaves her with little time to spend with Juzi. This made the young Juzi often This day is Juzi's first day to go to school. But when he went downstairs, he found that his mother, grandfather and father were waiting for him. The orange boy was instantly full of fighting spirit. In the car, Zhao Ju said he would pick him up after school to have a big meal. Orange entered the school happily. He is looking forward to after school, Juzi walked out of the school gate. It turns out that Zhao Ju is handling an emergency case. At this time, Zhu Zai was the only one left at the school gate. Zhu Zai could only board the school bus disappointedly, halfway. Then a group of people rushed out and surrounded the school bus. It scared the classmates. Then he was taken away by the men in black. At this time, Zhao Ju arrived at the school. I learned that my son had passed away. I want to ask if my son has arrived home. It turns out that Zhao Bai is sleeping soundly. When Zhao Ju opened the door after arriving home, I didn't see my son at home. Seeing my husband anxious. At this time, the police informed Zhao Ju of the school bus kidnapping through the intercom. At this time, Zhao Bai also knew that his son was in trouble. Tell Lao Bai that Juzi was arrested. Then comfort the bewildered daughter. Zhao Ju returns to the police station. The missing school bus was quickly located. At this time, the black-clad men in the factory received an order from their superiors. He put Juzi and his classmates into the container, heading out of the city. The truck has been lost. Looking at the school bag. At this time, this gave him hope again. He rushed back to the police station. After systematic comparison, he drove to the jewelry store. After entering the store, Zhao Ju asked the staff for the sales record. Zhao Ju had to threaten to arrest him. He went to look for the sales record of the necklace. This necklace is sold in very small quantities. He warned the salesperson to keep it secret. Zhao Ju finally left the jewelry store with peace of mind. Ju first drove back home. I changed into casual clothes at home. At this time, the truck carrying Juzi drove into a port. After he got off the bus, bring a mysterious person to check the hostages. The robber boss asked the mysterious man if he was satisfied. Now, we are ready to start the next step. The suspect is out. The suspect came to the gang boss's office. The gangster handed him a black box. The suspect left with the box. He drove along like this. But at a railway traffic light, the suspect suddenly turned and looked at Zhao Ju. Rushed before the train passed. He looked at Zhao Ju provocatively. He had been discovered long ago. After the robbers escaped from the small situation, the little brother who is guarding here, the robber ordered his subordinate to bring the hostage over. There are some blue potions in it. Open the cell door. There are 2 children locked up inside. I opened the warehouse where Juzi was held. The robber took out the blue liquid medicine from the box. Snowball was frightened. The robber asked Zhao Zaki to drink the medicine, but he could only do it. His eyes started to turn red. Mai Hui turned into a giant. Surrender to the robbers. The shocked robber called the gangster to report. Ask if you want to continue. The robbers ordered Zhao Ziki to get on the truck, sitting motionless in the car. I don't know where I went. I also rode out of the warehouse. Otherwise, your fate will be the same as that of Snowball. His phone fell to the ground, lying on the ground, and started shouting, "Come check on this kid." But I was told to take good care of it. There can't be any problems. Seeing Juzy's parents rolling on the ground. After my brother came, I had no choice but to take Juzy out of the cell. He let Orange go in by himself. After a while, fell asleep. He quietly left the toilet. He picked up his phone, hid the phone in the trouser pocket. Halfway through the journey, I met Zhao Ming, who had already woken up. Then he was taken back to the cell by the door opener. After a while, Juzy knew the opportunity had come. Fortunately, Juzy had beaten his father alone countless times since he was a child. At this time, Zhao Ju, who had lost the robber, was worried at home. He rushed upstairs. Locate by number. Zhao Ju is leaving soon. But at this moment, it turned out to be a call from a robber. But this scene happened to wake up the younger brother. It turned out that the robber called after he knew the situation. He found Juzy. Juzy was frightened. The robber ignored Juzy. Ordered the younger brother to tie him up. Sent to the car. Saw a car leaving. Zhao Ju found the robber with a telescope. Zhao Ju followed the car. Zhao Ju stopped the car. He took out a drone, controlled the drone to the top of the mine. He saw a scene that shocked him. And a well-equipped army. He saw the frightened Juzy. He even found the gangster boss he thought was dead on the roof. Forced Juzy to drink the potion. Soon, he became a giant. He roared in anger. Zhao Ju drove away from the mine first, then walked into the forest. Zhao Ju looked around at the familiar scenery. Soon Zhao Ju came to a house. The savage master discovered Zhao Ju. After a brief reunion, hoped to get his help. After knowing this, the savage master was very angry. In the car, Zhao Ju told the master her plan. After getting off the bus, they planned to sneak into the building. They moved forward slowly and carefully. They want to sneak up on the gangster. But the opposite happened. They were discovered by the guards. Zhao Ju and the master worked together well. At this time, the enemies outside also began to pour in. Although Zhao Ju and the master are very fierce. At this time, two big guys are going to fight. The robbers lost control of the two big guys. Here, he rushed out of the building with Zhao Ju on his back. Zhao Ju started climbing. Thanks to the training of the savage master when I was a child. The gangster raised his hand to beg for mercy from Zhao Ju. Then he took the antidote and rushed to the mine. The battle is heating up. Otherwise, they will both lose. Rushing towards the giant, Zhao Ju seizes the opportunity. But at the same time, Zhao Ju's car was seized and thrown away. Regained some sanity. Then he fell unconscious. It turns out that the antidote has taken effect. At this time, Zhao Ju climbed up. He saw the huge chrysanthemum lying unconscious on the ground. Feed the antidote to the unconscious Juicy. Juicy regained his cute face. Zhaoju can finally laugh freely. Even the master solved the enemy. Then a helicopter appeared in the sky. The police subdued the remaining bad guys. Looking at the black boss kneeling on the ground, shouting "Dad" in my heart. But I will never see you again. I will protect you, just like you protect me.